Hi everyone and welcome back to the Brick Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for another collection reflection, and so I've come to the collection analysis page on Brickset, which I always love to look at this, and I'm going to pick this time Disney because we haven't looked at video, but I've already got all of video, so that's not all that exciting to talk about. Elves, you've had an update recently. We've done Creator Expert. Simpsons, I've got 100%, not interesting. And the Minions, Rise of Gru, that's not a big enough one. Ghostbusters, also not a big enough one. So I thought Disney seems like it would be a good one to do next. And I'm almost at 50% of all Disney sets, which is interesting. So I thought I'll click through, have a look. And it actually orders these by sub-theme. So it's very hard to sort of see how many sets you've got overall. And I didn't realise there were so many sub-themes. So, I mean, obviously in Kanto I've got 100%. I think there's 2 sets. Maybe only one, because Storybook Adventures I think is counted the other in Kanto. So I wasn't really sure how to go through these. And I figured I'll have a look at the Disney sets all together. We'll just run through. There's only 158 of them. How long could it take? So, the best thing to do though, if you look, these are all by set number. And I don't feel like that's going to help us see ones where there's like a remake of a set. So I'm going to go sub-theme and see if we can see like patterns. So there's a whole bunch that are due out this year that have no name. So we'll skip straight past those. And then we can have a look. We're going to start with like the Aladdin theme. And obviously Disney don't do Aladdin sets. They do Jasmine sets. So there's 3. I mean, it says Aladdin and Jasmine's Palace, but it's clearly just Jasmine. I know Aladdin's in there, but it's a Disney princess set. So, and they've done a couple of tiny ones here. We don't have either of those two, but the colourings are sort of similar. Gold at the top, sort of nice purple palette. I don't think there's anything in these 2 sets that are saying that we need them. And in fact, this Raja is tiny. There is another Jasmine set that's got a bigger Raja, but that is not in this sub-theme for some reason. I'm going to guess it's because is that the one that's got multiple princesses in it? So this is the Aladdin and Jasmine set that we have. And I really like this carpet because it actually attaches on the top and it sort of spins around. So this is quite a good set. Now, when it comes to Belle's Enchanted Castle, you've got quite a few of those. 3 different iterations. I would say we have the most rubbish one of the bunch. And I'm a little disappointed that this is the one we have. It's, I think, a 4+ set. It's got some nice printed pieces, and the kids like it. But it doesn't stick together very well. These sides fall off all the time. They're not really very well connected. And I prefer, I think, the newer one with this little side orangery or something. I don't know. Those crows are quite cool as well. So I wish we had this one. But I also do like this one. It's got that side bit as well. And I like the fact that you get Babette in this one. I think she's really cool. So I'd quite like to get a Babette. But it's so hard to justify getting this one when you already have this one. Or this one when you already have this one. So I've ticked that I want this one. But I'm not sure I'm ever going to get it. Which is sad. Oh look, there's a mini scale one. These are obviously like make and take type builds. I quite like those. I might even try. Well, they're printed faces, so I couldn't repeat them. The scale would be all wrong, especially if you try and put these 2 in there. That wouldn't work, would it? So next we got Brave. This is the only Brave set they ever did, and I really want it for these cute little bears. We've got a Merida minifig from the sort of 3-in-1, three princesses in one set. This one is a nicer one because obviously she's not got the weird gem skirt. So I would like to get this set at some point. In fact, I should probably put it on my wanted list. But those bears, they're really cute. Got quite a lot of polybag type things. So this one's a little mini castle. Cinderella is very popular, it would seem. I don't need either of those. There's been several iterations of the carriage from Cinderella. This one's sort of the bluish one, and I quite like it, but it's a bit blocky looking. And we have others, so we don't need that one. In fact, we have several others. So let me just skip ahead to the castle. This was one of Leah's first sets that she ever got. And it's quite nice. The carriage itself is quite small. It is a sort of just bigger than polybag type set. And I don't understand why the hamster, he's not a hamster, is he? He's a mouse, has a hat on. But that was her first one. And I have since bought this one because I really liked the horses. I thought the printed horses looked amazing. The fairy godmother doesn't look very old, in my opinion. She needs to be a lot older looking. But mini dolls don't really give you much scope for doing old people. So they just sort of add a few wrinkles. I don't think she's even got wrinkles. But I just really love the horses. So that's the one that we have. Look, there's another one in here. That's actually a really nice one as well. So it's sort of similar to the blue one that we looked at to start with in shaping. So a little bit on the blocky side, but not as blue. And there's another iteration of the fairy godmother. I didn't know that they'd done that one. And also the benefit of this one is you get like the little house build. So quite nice. I like this set. Oh, look. And there's the dress. So you could swap her into her pink dress. Nice. So you've also got several iterations of the castle. So this one has sort of the pale palette. Nice blue and pink. But it is the paler palette. I like the chairs. Chairs look good. And you get Prince Charming in this. Is he Prince Charming? I'm never sure which prince is Prince Charming. I like it, but not enough to try and buy it on the secondary market, because I think every time I see it, it's quite an expensive one. This one is, I think, the generation of Disney sets where they were all sort of stackable and you could change the configuration and stick them all together as well. So because of that, I kind of want this. I feel this carriage is lacking somewhat. And again, they've got the mouse with a bow in its hair. That just looks weird. So I don't need that. Then you've got this one. Much smaller castle there. And everyone's got hats on now. So this is the thing you get with Disney, is that they keep making the sort of same set but slightly different variations, slightly different sizes. So this is the latest Cinderella. And it comes with a stepmother, which is quite exciting. So my daughter's just asked for this one for her birthday. And I've already bought it, so it's upstairs. No, I'll get it down for her. But it's got really nice colouring. So this is a much darker blue, and it's got that sort of sparkle in it. It's got the sort of glitter in. So that's a good one. And the fact that it also comes with that fairy godmother. So I think we've got enough Cinderella ones. We don't need to fill in the gaps on those. And this is the thing. I would say, off the bat, Disney is not one that I'm trying to get 100% on. I just don't need to complete this collection. There is a lot of minifigures that I would or mini dolls, I guess, that I would like to fill in the gaps. So sometimes I don't want the set, but I do want the variation of mini doll. And my kids also are like, can we have this version of Ariel? And I'm like, well, that comes in this one set that was really ages ago, and please don't make me buy that. But, you know, I probably will, because I'm nice like that. So this is the latest Disney train, and I still don't think it's a train at all. It's quite clearly like a road train, and I would say it's more like the Disney parade. And in fact, I'm definitely wanting to get it because of that. That's my intention with this set, is to add it to near the Disney castle as a parade. It's a good set, definitely on my wanted list. Oh my goodness, I don't even think I should start talking about this, because I will spend like hours just saying how excited I am about this set coming. I think it feels like very elvesy, the actual build of the set, with all the trees and the colour palette. The fact we're getting so many princess mini dolls in one set is also amazing, especially the ones that we've not got before. So Pocahontas and Tinkerbell as a mini doll, Wendy as a mini doll, Alice in Wonderland as a mini doll. It's amazing, this set, and I really cannot wait. So this is definitely on my list to buy, and I will say no more, because otherwise I will just keep saying how exciting it is. The Up House, again, we've discussed whether we're getting this or not. We haven't watched Up enough to be like, yeah, let's quickly get this. But I do like it, and I've seen someone who sort of put it on transparent bricks above their city, and that seems fun. So I'm considering getting it and doing that. Ian is upset by the number of balloons. I think everyone is upset by the number of balloons, but you can't expect Lego to make all sets 100% accurate because it's just not feasible. So it's still on my want list. That's fine. Mini Disney Castle, I love that I have it. I wish it was in one piece still. It fell off the shelf and I really need to rebuild it. I hated building it because the instructions were so tiny and they didn't stay open. That was my only downside. I just think it looks amazing. So it's definitely a display set. But then the second in the series of like mini scale builds, I have no interest in it at all. This is the Haunted Mansion. I haven't actually been to Disneyland, Disney World, Disney, whatever it is. I've been to the Paris one once in like year 6 at school. Year 6? Once in like year 9 at school, I think it was. It was fun, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. But also haunted things, not my thing. So no care for that at all. We obviously have the Disney Castle in our city, all lit up with a nice fun light show. So I do like this. I don't like it as much as the Frozen Castle. I think that's the better of the castles. But this, I mean, it's iconic and it looks good. Disney train we have going around our city as well. I really enjoyed the Disney train station build. Ian did most of the train, I think, because that's more his thing. But the station build was really good. This is a funny little set. So castle interior kit. So much smaller, just like furniture essentially. You didn't even need to put this in a castle. So this is quite a good furniture pack if you just want to kit out maybe Cafe Corner or something. So this is the set, one of my daughter's first sets. And it was like 3 princesses at once. It seemed like really good value. And this is what I was talking about, the same sort of style on all of them. You can restack them in different ways. And it's a nice set. And it was the only set that you could get Tiana in up until recently. So I like this one a lot. So we've also got Belle and Rapunzel's Royal Stables. This one seemed to be on discount constantly. No one was buying it. And I think that's because it was a really odd combination of Belle and Rapunzel together with horses. I don't feel like Maximus is... He's quite big in Tangled, but not in regard to Rapunzel. He's quite clearly not her horse. He's nobody's horse, is he? It's not even Flynn's horse. He's just there. But I thought it was weird. And again, Philippe isn't all that big in the film either. I don't know. What I will say about this set is it's quite a nice one. My kids did play with it a lot. But it's so flimsy. So this bit across the middle just does not stay built. So they were constantly breaking this. There's no easy way to pick this up. And so it didn't get played enough because it was constantly in pieces. So you could maybe add to this so that it doesn't fall apart when you're moving it. I would recommend doing that. Right, so we've got Aurora, Merida and Tiana all in this. And this is when they changed the style of these dresses. I quite like the dresses. They are a bit strange though. And it means they have no feet. But then I guess the normal dresses mean they have no feet as well. But you can enclose them. So you can take the heads off, turn them around, put them in this and then just close them up as little gems. My daughter loved this one. She bought this with her own money. Far too expensive for what it is. And she now doesn't really use any of these things. So they're not really all that playable. This is like a pencil pot. This is like a little trinket case. And I guess maybe this is a trinket case. This is the most playable one, I would say, because it kind of opens up inside. And there's like bits that you can use. But I don't think it's a very good playset. The Ultimate Adventure Castle. I think I've talked about this before, but such an epic castle. We bought 2 of these, one for each daughter. I don't think that was actually the intention. I think we were intending to try and make a bigger castle, but they both enjoy sort of sitting side by side with their own castles and making their minifigs sort of swap from one place to the other and go and visit each other. And it is a nice set. There's also 5 mini dolls in here, so that's a good way to get quite a lot of the princesses, including Snow White. So yeah, I would rate this one. I love this castle. Here we go. Here's the other Jasmine one that we've got. This one comes with the better Raja, I feel. But then I just don't get why they put Mulan and Jasmine together. And Mulan just gets hardly any of this set at all. It's very strange. And it was good for us because it meant we got Mulan. We didn't have one before. But it's just an odd pairing. And Disney seemed to do this, so if we go on to the next one, which my daughter just got for her birthday, again, Cinderella, Jasmine, Rapunzel. It just makes no sense. And why does Jasmine have an elephant and not Raja again? I don't understand. It's not a bad set. Again, this is another Cinderella carriage, and it comes with one of those printed horses, so maybe I didn't need to buy that other one, but this obviously hadn't come out at that point, so it's a very open carriage as well. I think my favourite part is possibly the hot air balloons, but I really like hot air balloons. Right, this is the new set that reuses the Dots boxes and or Dots trays, and I literally only want to get it because I want the Dots tray. It's a kind of more creative box, and my daughter said she wanted it, but I don't know what they would do with it. They'd be like, oh, can you put it like on the box? I don't think they would. Oh, they might be creative, I don't know, but I have no interest in getting this other than to get the tray, so I don't know if that one's going to make it into a collection. Disappointingly, because I've done this by theme, all of these storybooks are not together, but I love the little sets. I was a big fan of Polly Pockets as a child, so this is kind of the scale I like. Little tiny things. I just think it's fun. I think the girls find them a little too fiddly, and they do easily sort of come apart, and then they can't shut them, and they find them frustrating. So I tend to rebuild them, and they're just all on the side in my room because I think they look really nice on a shelf. I also find it very frustrating that these stickers on there, they don't tell you where to put them. You have to be creative, and that bothers me. So I try and look at the box to see where they put them and copy that. We've got the magical house. I'm quite excited about building that. I feel like having seen so many mocks of this at shows, it might be a little bit disappointing scale-wise, but it comes with an accordion, so you can't complain. So now we're on to the Frozen sub-theme, and there is a lot of Frozen sets. So you've got the smaller ones, Olaf's Summertime, quite a cute set, but I don't need it. Then I think Elsa's Sparkling Ice Castle. This was the first variant, which I think we picked up in a Facebook Marketplace haul, and I don't know if it's even complete. I haven't checked that yet. But then they had the second variant, which included Marshmallow and all the little snow geese, which we bought for our daughter. But we didn't buy this one. We bought this other one because they re-released it, and I don't understand what happened there. Like 2019 they re-released it from 2017, so 2 years apart, and I can't see any real changes between those two sets. I think it is a straight re-release. But then they keep going with them, so they then brought out this one, which is kind of more 4+y, Anna and Elsa's Frozen Wonderland, and again it's very similar and it doesn't really add anything, so we're not bothered with that one. Any others? No, I don't see any others, but they just keep doing the same thing for that. They have Arendelle, they've done that twice, so I bought the old one because I really like the figures in that. Again, we've not built that yet, but the new one, where's the new one? Arendelle, here. I also really like the new one. I like the colouring a lot better, so the darker teal, and I really wish I'd picked that one up, but I didn't, so now I have to buy it on the aftermarket, and I don't know whether I should or not. It is a nice looking set, but it's on my want list. Maybe some point I'll get it. So you've also got more of the smaller sets up here. So Anna and Kristoff's Sleigh Adventure. You get Oaken's Trading Post in that. So if you're trying to set up a Frozen scape, you might need this one. It's also good to get Sven. I don't really know what's going on here. This is, I don't think I've ever seen this horse, but maybe it is in Frozen. I just don't remember. Is this when she goes off to try and find Elsa and ends up getting really cold because, you know, it's snowy? It might be that one. Then you've got Elsa's Market Adventure. Did she ever go to the market? Are they just making up sets? I feel like they're just making up sets. But I guess that's the point. I quite like this piece here though. Olaf's umbrella. Oh, that's like his snow flurry, so he doesn't melt. Oh, that's cool. We got this one. I think this was a freebie maybe, or it didn't cost much. I think I got it because it brought in another Elsa doll because my daughter lost her original Elsa. I don't know where it went. And another Anna and Olaf's Castle Fun. And this is again those like blocky turreted castles that we saw introduced, those like the Cinderella one, the That's also quite blocky. These less curvy turrets. And I think there's also an Elsa one. We'll come back to that. But the Ice Castle, I will link up to my Ice Castle review because this is one of the greatest sets I think I've ever built. Absolutely love it. So stable. Such an amazing build. So definitely recommend that. Ah, my Brunies. This is how I got my Brunies. So I've got like 10 of these sets. In fact, oh yeah, it says I've got 10. So that was good for grabbing Brunies. I think this is a freebie. I do have it. Yay. Okay. I like the Enchanted Treehouse, but I looked at it so many times and I, again, didn't buy it. It comes with Lieutenant Mateus. Is that his name? It's definitely Mateus, but I can't remember. Captain Mateus? I don't know. And all of these sort of element rock things. So I kind of wish I'd got that one. I don't know why I didn't. I guess because I was trying to not buy everything. And again, this one's quite cool. You've got like the rock here. And there's the canoe. Is that the point where she gets pushed into the canoe and leaves? Oh no, she pushes... Yeah, Elsa pushes her and Olaf into the canoe and off they go. I think that's how it works. We have this one. My youngest got this as a Christmas present, I think. Not a bad set. I find the baby deer kind of a bit weird looking though. Deer? Elk? Moose? Whatever it is. Reindeer. He's a reindeer. That's what it is. This one, I never saw the point in, but then I really like the knock that's in it. So it's like a little jewellery box. My daughter thought it looked cool. She did ask for it, but we never bought it for her because we're mean. Olaf, love him. His head spins round in a really weird way. And he's got like a detachable bow tie, which is quite a cool feature. I borrowed his eyes to put on our 3-in-1 Ferris wheel to make it look better. And I can't remember where they've gone, so he's kind of eyeless at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. Bruni, best set ever. He's quite clearly one of my favourite things in the world. And then these sets we got because we wanted to get the little Bruni. This was the first set that the little Bruni came in. Plus we quite like these skirts. And again, I would say they were massively overpriced and you really don't get much of a build with them. But I guess that's probably not the point. My daughter got this for her birthday. Really love the knock in there, so it's a much easier way of getting that knock piece than buying the jewellery box. You've got a mini Arundel castle here. This very much reminds me of the builds that are in the books. But again, I imagine these are just make and take type things. Little Olaf box. I don't really understand how that's an Olaf box because it doesn't look like Olaf at all. You've got an Incredibles polybag. I don't even think I've seen The Incredibles, which is quite a worry because I love Disney. But again, a Cyclops chase, not bothered in Buzz Lightyear. You got 3 there, and I know everyone likes this ship, but yeah, I have zero interest in getting any of those sets, so they're definitely gonna not be completed. I'm gonna skip over the magazine ones. They're quite good for getting the mini dolls, but I don't need to go back and get them. We do have a few of them. So now we're on to the Mickey and Minnie Mouse ones. And I annoyingly decided late that I was going to try and collect all of these minifigs. So I missed out on the Stupid Plane, which was, I think, one of the first ones out. And I've also missed out on the Fairground, which was there for so long. And it was the easiest one to get for a while. And so I went, I'll get that one later because I'll get the other ones that are not really out. And then it disappeared and I missed out on that one as well. So that's 2 that I don't have that I need to try and get. I don't know why Mickey and the fire truck is not disappearing. But let's quickly scoot through the second page because I feel like I've been talking a while. It's a very big category. Mini doll dress up kit. Again, in no way seems like a full set. Just something furniture wise to add to a set. Don't need it. I always wanted these, but I couldn't justify them because there was nowhere to put them. They're not really city builds. So if someone was to buy me these, I'd be fine. And I'd be like, yay, I've got them. But I'm not going to go out of my way to get them. This is the latest Moana polybag. Don't care for that. There's quite a few Moana sets actually. This one's not bad. I quite like the little sticker detail over here. You get Pua, but you don't get any of the others. So we recently picked up this one to get the Big Fig of Maui. So I'm happy that I've got Big Fig, Maui, and Hey Hey in that set. We've got Pua from this set, and I like the Ray, and I think that I bought this one for Hey Hey. So annoyingly, I now have 2 Hey Heys, but there's no issue in that. I do like the new boat. I think it looks pretty cool, but I don't feel like it's that high on my list. I really like the sail. That printed detail's good. Right, some Mulan sets. We have neither, because no one really cares for Mulan, did she? I quite like her dress here though, the yellow detail at the bottom. And I thought about getting this one, but I was like, no, I just don't care. Which is a shame, because it's one of my favourite films. It's got amazing music. Not as good as Hercules, mind, but not bad. Now, under the Disney label, you have Puppy Pets, I think they are, or Pamper Pets. Oh, Palace Pets, that's what they're called. And Ian found some of these on like the for sale forum at his work. So we've got quite a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, 3. 3 of them. And there's 6 altogether. So I'm tempted to try and get those. If I mark that one as I want as well. Because that way we'll have... I just think these are cute. The puppy is cute. They're really sweet little animals in them. So I think the girls would love to play with those. I haven't given them to them yet because they have enough. Then we're on to Raya. Boone's Boat was a great boat. I love that one. And I bought this one. I wish I'd bought 2 because you only get half of this dome here. It's like open backed, and I would have liked to have made that a complete dome, I think. Plus I love Tuk Tuk. And then I figured I'd got that one and that one. I needed the dragon as well, so I bought the dragon. That was a last minute decision. I don't need this one because it doesn't add anything, so I'm quite happy to miss out on that one. Sleeping Beauty, I don't know how many of these sets we've got. So we've got the cottage build. It's quite a nice build, very yellow. And we don't have the castles, but we've already got a Maleficent, so that's fine. I would love to have the little Merryweather. She's really cute. But then it bothers me that there's only Merryweather. I want all 3, and they don't make all 3. And again, this is, I think, the ones that you can connect up. The bedroom set, not all that exciting. And again, oh, I like the owl, but the carriage, not all that exciting, so we don't have that. My daughter has just recently got this for her birthday, which again comes with Prince Philip. So I like that they're including more of the sort of story in. And it's good to have a little bit of Maleficent's castle there. Here's some more of the storybooks. I love the storybooks. So the only one that the girls haven't got out to play is Mulan, because again, nobody asked for Mulan, which is a shame because, again, really good film. So this one is still in the cupboard upstairs, but they've got all the rest available to them. But again, like I say, they don't manage to keep them in one piece. I think this one's possibly one of my favourites though, because it gives you that variety of people, whereas this one, you get the little mini knock. And this one, you only get 2 figures, the rest are sort of built things. And this comes with 2 of the same character, but I guess legs, no legs, that's how it works. But I don't understand why they did 2 Frozen ones, I guess, because there's 2 films, but that bothered me. The Little Mermaid storybook will definitely get added, and so will Peter and Pan. Peter and Wendy. I don't think I care about this one, but I don't want to not have them, so I'm going to be completionist about the storybook adventures. I think that's how this works. Rapunzel, we've got quite a few Rapunzel towers. We got the little one because I think that was the one available when we first watched the film. We've got a second, slightly smaller one. Comes with a swing. I think we picked that up in Spain, maybe. Or maybe it was the other way around. And then we've got the proper big one, which I like. And then this twirling one's quite fun. And I thought that one was better priced because it actually does something. I wish I had this one because we've recently got into watching the Rapunzel series. I also really like her dress, like the colouring. but it's got Cassandra in it, which we don't have, so that would be cool to have. But we don't need the bedroom. Now, on to Ariel. There's a lot of Ariel sets. I think she's one of the most prolific princesses. So there's quite a few that we don't need. This one I do have, but we wish we'd got this one because it's got a really nice Ariel with a poofy dress on. My daughter's like, I want this Ariel. But trying to get hold of that is very hard. I really loved the look of this undersea palace, and I was so close to buying this on the secondary market when they then brought out the new one. I am not 100% convinced that I don't prefer this one more, but I couldn't justify going back and getting that one. I've got this one marked as I want just because we want the Ursula mini figure, mini doll, but I don't know if we will ever go back to get that. And again, there's just so many different ones. Oh, I like the dog in this one though. I didn't realise he was there because it's got the sort of floppy eyebrows. I like that. Oh, that he's in that one. Maybe that would be a cheaper one to get. Toy Story, not our biggest thing. And yet I own 3 of the sets, so I think they just happened to be on the shelf at the time where I started getting back into Lego. I got this for our fairground, but it's far too tame. We were going to have like a children's area in the fairground, but there's no room. And again, this is meant to go in the fairground, but I don't think Ian's worked out how to motorise it yet, or whether there's any value in doing that. Don't care for this one, although, I mean, we haven't seen Toy Story 4, so I like the look of Forky, but I don't know whether he's worth getting or not. And this one, I tried to justify getting this one, like, oh, we'd need a playground, but it's just not worth it. And this one was going to be like for a stunt show at our fairground, but again, we have no space in that. And then they brought out the whole stunts range, so it's kind of superfluous. And yeah, definitely don't need that. Although look at the little green men. No, don't need that. So, oh, we finally made it through it. I guess this is going to be one of the longer videos. Like I say, I'm not going to try and get all of these, but I do have a whole bunch marked as want, so I can pick up those ones. I don't think that's too bad. 16 that I want. And I think I do genuinely want all of these. Oh, maybe not this one actually. I'm going to take that one off because I don't care for that. I'd rather have this one than that one. That's progress, isn't it? And I don't think I care about this one either now. So I'm going to take that one off as well. I think we wanted this for our youngest. Oh, but it has this. I could just buy this. Yeah, I'm not going to get that. So 14 to get that I want. Is that right? 14 now. 15 to get. And I could probably live without this one, even though I really do want it, because it's clearly a better set. But this one doesn't have Pipette. Oh, but it's got the cooker. No, I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm taking that one off. Am I? We'll just leave it on for now. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, yeah, again, not trying to get to 100%. We'll continue to buy Disney, because Disney is super cool. I don't know how I feel about the fact that they're moving towards the minifigures or not. I personally like the mini dolls for Disney, and the girls like them. But I'm not going to say I hate the mini dolls, the minifigures, because I like minifigures. I think it's just you're so used to seeing them as mini dolls that it's a bit weird to see them now as minifigures. And that it makes them look at, like, if you look at Moana here, she just looks chunky because she's kind of angular. But I'll get used to it. It'll be fine. And I want them still. So let me know what you think of my Disney collection. Do you think I'm doing the right thing and making it clear that I don't need to get them all to myself and being a bit more reserved with this, because they're going to keep releasing new versions of them. There's no point chasing the old ones. They're going to get bigger and better each time. As long as we've got all of the princesses, we can quite happily play at home, and that's kind of all I'm really trying to get to. So now that we're going to be able to get a Pocahontas, I'm quite happy. Also, if you want to see any of our other collection reflections, I'll link that up at the end. They're not as long as this one because they're smaller collections. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later!